Hello, everybody. Welcome to Youth Connect. I'm Aiden,
I'm Kevin.
Hi, I'm Joshua.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey.
and welcome to our Youth Connect. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Youth Connect. As I've said almost 3 times in a row now. My goodness. Anyways, for those who don't know, welcome to another amazing episode of Youth Connect. We got a bunch of amazing news to share with you guys today. Amazing, guys, because guess what? We have Joshua and Kevin with us live with us today, and that is always awesome to see them in person. So it's going to be awesome. Just so you guys know, Nibras does have a recorded video. So don't worry. For those who don't know, Youth Connect is a news, interest, entertainment show that was created during the pandemic for the community, by the community. Everyone here wants to become a broadcaster in a way, wants to get into music creating, become music creators, and you know what? Want to get into that creative world of the arts. Anyways, though, for our Youth Connect, I always start off with myself and my gaming news. So what is first on the first thing to start off with for gaming news? Well, basically, it is Spotlight Game of the Week. It is a game where I want to shine the light on, and this game hasn't released just yet, but do be warned that because it's going to be releasing this week or next week, technically. Today's game of the week is RPG Time: The Legend of Wright, not Phoenix Wright. It's time for an adventure. Once classes are over, RPG time begins. Game Master Kanata's notebook holds a handwritten RPG made just for you. Every turn of the page brings thrills, heroics, and a whole lot of fun. The classroom transforms into the world of The Legend of Wright, an RPG designed by young, aspiring game maker Kenta. As you make your way through the game, crafted by Kenta, from drawings and cardboard and stationery, you'll see that it's so much more than just an RPG. Despite the name, RPG Time includes everything from action to adventure to bullet hell to even turn-based battles. It is a treasure chest stuffed to the brim full of fun, and there's no telling what Kenta will pull out yet. Next. Apologies. This is an amazing game, guys, because if you guys don't know, this game has been developing for such a long time. It was first streamed up 15 years ago, then brought to fruition through more than 9 years in development. RPG Time has been praised by its boundless innovation and creativity, receiving several awards from game development festivals around the world, such as Tokyo Game Show, Taipei Game Show, Bit Summit, and even more. The game is astounding, guys. Imagine if you created a game using only materials you had around you. So it uses cardboard. Sometimes it uses like a toy RC car. It uses foam. It uses anything and everything to create a brand new story called The Legend of Wright. I love this game. I'm going to be waiting for it. Now, do note that this game's release schedule is kind of hectic. It's already released on the Xbox. On the PS4, it's going to be releasing on August the 26th. On the Switch, is going to be releasing on the same date, but also on PC, it's going to be releasing in September. For me, I'm going to be waiting till September. But you know what, guys? You can pick it up on Xbox, or you can wait for the Switch and PS4 release that is going to be releasing next week. It's a great game, guys. And again, it is called RPG Time: The Legend of Wright. Anyways, though, next step is Kevin, and Kevin has with us some all-important news.
Hello, everyone. You're tuned into Youth Connect with me, Kevin Aruja. I hope you will enjoy your summer just as much as I am. Few weeks more, and then everyone heads back to school. Okay, so let's take a look at the headlines. The Wonderland reveals plan for a new one-of-a-kind ride coming next year. Major power outage reported in downtown Toronto. Tory meets with Toronto cyclists to discuss Hyde Park police enforcement ahead of planned protest, and Canada's Felix Auger Aliassime wins third round match at National Bank Open. My apologies. Canada's Wonderland is announced two new rides that will be available for guests next year, one of which the amusement says is the only one of its kind in the world. The two new rides, the Tundra Twister and Snoopy's Racing Railway, will be completed by 2023. Tundra Twister is a giant looping ride with rotating gondola arms that will have guests spinning, twisting, and twirling 360 degrees upside down at heights of 47 meters and speeds of 75 kilometers per hour. The park said in their statement on Thursday. Snoopy's Racing Railway, which is said to be located in Planet Snoopy and will be Park's 18th roller coaster, is a thrill ride intended for the whole family. Canada's Wonderland operates seasonally from May to Labor Day, and then on weekends until late fall. From late fall to May, the park is closed. Hydro One says a massive power outage that has darkened a wide swath of downtown Toronto may have been caused by a crane that took out some high voltage wires in the city's port lands. The spokesperson said they are investigating reports that a construction apparatus may have come into contact with the lines when had been moved through ship channel by a barge on a Thursday morning. Toronto Hydro had previously said more than 10,000 customers were impacted by the outage. The widespread outage has also infected numerous buildings, including the Eating Center, which has been closed, and Toronto Police Headquarters. Many large advertising screens at Yonge Dundas Square have also gone dark. Toronto Police are advising drivers to treat signalized intersections as four-way stops if the lights are out. Toronto Mayor John Tory sat down with local cycling advocacy group Wednesday in an effort to diffuse tensions between cyclists and police in Hyde Park. In recent weeks, tensions have risen between the two groups, with cyclists claiming Toronto Police Services is participating in an unfair enforcement blitz against speaking bikers, and police claiming their presence in the park is to ensure everyone's safety. A cycling protest is set to take place at the park beginning at 6 p.m. on last Thursday. On Thursday, Toronto police issued a statement saying officers are attending the park after being received complaints from the community about aggressive driving and unsafe cycling habits in and around High Park. While we will always prioritize traffic safety, including cyclist safety, the service is not engaged in an enforcement blitz specifically targeting cyclists, a spokesperson for the force said. And on the sports news, a powerful service game gave Canada's Felix Auger Aliassime a distinct advantage in his third round match at the National Bank Open on Thursday afternoon. Cameron Norrie had no answer for it and then watched his own service game fall apart. The sixth seeded Auger Aliassime fired 15 acres in a 6 out of 3 to 6 out of 4 victory over the 9 seasoned Brit to earn the quarterfinal berth at his hometown tournament. This was a very convincing win, he said. I served really well, but I feel like I was also putting a lot of pressure on him at every opportunity that I had. And on the weather news, today's forecast for this week, we've got sunny this afternoon. The temperature is now 26 degrees. And tomorrow afternoon, we will get mainly sunny. The temperature will be 26 degrees. And now for the interesting fact of the week, I'd like to introduce you to tennis personality Serena Williams. Well, Serena actually requires no introduction. Serena Williams was born on September 26, 1981, Saginaw, Michigan, US, who was an American tennis player who revolutionized women's tennis with her powerful style of play and who won more than Grand Slam single titles than any other woman or man during the Open era. And for the fact that she has played in 60 Grand Slam tournaments in her career and has won 21 of them. Her favorite sport to watch other than tennis is gymnastics. Other than dogs, her favorite animals are tigers. She has competed at 3 Olympics and won 4 gold medals. She has even won 28 straight matches and 4 straight titles at Grand Slam events. And Serena plays right handed or two handed backhands. As far as we all know, Serena Williams looks set to retire from tennis after the 2022 US Open. The 23 Grand Slam champion has announced she is evolving away from tennis and hopes to have a second child with her husband Alexis. Serena Williams is playing at the Canadian Opening for this week. With that note on Serena Williams, we come to the end of my segment. See you next week, same day, same time. And now over to Aiden's gaming and board gaming news.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for all the news that you share. It's so nice to have you back with us live. I know that everyone that's watching right now always enjoys having you in the studio, but you know what? It's time to move on to my second gaming news. And what is that? Well, is it a video game of the week? No, not really, but it is an upcoming game of the week. Did you guys know that there is going to be a brand new RPG coming out this year? And it's soccer themed, which absolutely rocks. Soccer Story, guys, is an open world game with turn-based combat and real-time soccer matches? Best of all, you'll be able to grab it on the Game Pass once it's released. You'll be solving overworld puzzles and fighting monsters using a magical soccer ball. Through the ball, though the ball appears powerful, you'll also have to improve your personal stats in speed, shooting, energy, and strength. In the main storyline, an evil corporation rolled in and banned soccer around the world. As the savior of soccer, you have to revive the sport from the dark ages. The storyline is over 15 hours, guys, so it's a pretty decent amount of time. And you can play with up to three other friends in local multiplayer. So 4 players, it's pretty good. Despite the worldwide soccer ban, it wouldn't be a soccer game if you wouldn't be able to play in real-time matches. But the developers aren't content with abiding by the constraints of reality or social decency. You'll be able to battle sharks, ninjas, and even more in soccer matches. You'll be able to use your magic soccer ball to play adjacent sports, though the Steam page doesn't make clear of what they are yet. There's no specific release date, guys, but you can sign up for the Steam beta on their website, which I did. But the game will launch on PC, PlayStation, Xbox Game Pass, Nintendo Switch, and Stadia. I love this. It's soccer and an RPG format, guys. Basically kicking balls at an evil living mushroom. Just imagine that, playing Final Fantasy with a soccer ball. Absolutely amazing. Please check out this game, guys. I'm going to be watching it as it develops, and any interesting news that comes up on it, I will make sure that you are the first to know about it. Anyways, though, next up is Joshua, and Joshua has with us good story news, and of course, your very favorite animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Connect Now for a good news story. Mother and daughter become co-pilots on Southwest flight. It's been a dream come true. Southwest Airlines announced its first ever mother-daughter pilot duo after Captain Holly Petit joined First Officer Keely Petit in the cockpit. Mother Holly Petit started her aviation career fresh out of college as a flight attendant working for another carrier. After riding the jump seat in the flight deck, she realized she wanted to learn to fly planes. She then got to work training and obtaining her certifications. Holly's daughter Keely grew up around the Southwest airline family and later became an extension of it. At 14 years old, Keely realized she wanted to follow in her mom's footsteps and become a pilot. She earned her pilot's license and even landed an internship at Southwest in fall 2017 to learn more about an aviation career. Southwest was always the end goal for me, said Keely. There was really never any other option. After working hard as a second generation, she and her mother became Southwest's first mother-daughter pilot duo. It's been a dream come true, said Holly. First, I found this career and fell in love with it, and then one of my kids fell into this and in love with this career too. It's surreal. Not only Holly and Keely making Southwest history, but also they're breaking barriers and empowering women of all ages to pursue their dreams in aviation to reach for the skies. Now for another good news story. The Ottawa Fire Service is thanking a young man for helping to save a family after their jet ski capsized. A water rescue team was called to the area of Lane Street and Bayview Drive in Constance Bay. A young man named Jaden stopped on his own jet ski to help the three individuals before they were brought back to shore by the two boats that came later. Ottawa Fire Service said in a Twitter thread, Jaden got the youngest child on his jet ski and allowed the older teenager to hold on the side. The third person, the adult, was at risk of losing their life jacket and did not know how to swim, and their muscles were seizing. Jaden held on the adult's hand until more help arrived. Also, Jaden did all this while calling 911 for help. Ottawa Fire Service and the two children and the adult involved are doing well and their watercraft has been recovered. Jaden Lamars didn't hesitate to help the people in distress in the choppy waters of Constance Bay. Ottawa Fire District Chief is now trying to recruit Jaden to become a volunteer firefighter in Dunrobin. Lamarche was presented with a coin for his bravery and hard work. I don't think I'm a hero, Lamar said. I just think I was doing the right thing and I was there at the right time. Great work, Jaden. Now turning to animal interest news. Keeping dogs and their senior owners together. Having a dog has been shown to improve the quality of life for senior citizens, increasing their activity and socialization. But what happens as the senior ages and it becomes more challenging to care for their pet? Carrier Brocker learned about this issue more than a decade ago while helping to care for an elderly woman's dog. Brocker and the woman Alice had met 5 years ago when Alice adopted the dog Brocker was fostering. After Alice developed emphysema, she reached out to Brocker for help. Brocker took care of the dog named Savannah while Alice was at medical appointments. When Alice was later moved to hospice care, Brocker would bring the dog to visit her during Alice's final days, and her biggest worry was what would happen to her dog after she passed. Brocker promised Alice to make sure that her dog Savannah finds a good home. Alice was so relieved after hearing such a promise. That after leaving that visit with Alice, Brocker came up with an idea that would become her life's work. In 2009, Brocker co-founded the nonprofit called Peace of Mind Dog Rescue with Monica Rua, who also worked in animal rescue. The organization takes dogs from senior citizens who are no longer able to care for them and have gone into a nursing home or have passed away. Peace of Mind Dog Rescue finds these dogs new homes and checks in on the dog every year for the rest of their life. Typically, a senior doesn't need to surrender their dog, they just need some assistance. As part of the organization's dog walking program, a volunteer will go to the senior's house to walk their dog for 30 minutes or an hour. Today, the organization has helped 2,000 senior citizens and found homes for nearly 3,000 dogs. For Brocker, this work is about allowing seniors to pass through the final phase of their lives with dignity. Want to get involved? Check out their website at www.peaceofminddogrescue.org and see how you can help. This is Joshua Shaw reporting for UConnect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
That was absolutely beautiful, Joshua. Such amazing stories from somebody saving somebody from beach, all the way from people keeping seniors with some pets to make sure that they're feeling happy. Such great messages, Joshua, and I really appreciate your animal news. Trust you me, Joshua, everybody loves your animal news, and I hope that you don't stop doing them. Anyways, for my final board gaming news and my video gaming news, we gotta do the last thing. As Kevin said, I also have to do board games, and I'm gonna do board game of the week, similar to video game of the week. But guess what? There's no screen, it's only a board game. And today's board game of the week is called Crisis! Now, here's a story. Axia is a land with a glorious past, a most uncertain present, and an even more unpredictable future. Populated by what has been described as a fervent and warm blooded people, Axia is in a crisis. Economic, social, and political, the longest running recession in its modern history, the highest inequality in years, and a political system teetering on the brink of a collapse. In more ways than one, Axia is fighting against itself. Old divisions of the past have been given away to new ones, and this generation, along with the next ones, has the most to lose. Now, will you, along your fellow industrialists, do your part to help Axia? Will you sacrifice short term gain in the present for a brighter future? Can you do that and survive? Perhaps you can, and perhaps you can even thrive. And you will if you see opportunities where others only see crisis. Guys, Crisis is an awesome game because it is a turn-based game who assumed the role of business leaders, trying to rebuild their businesses and create value at a particularly challenging time. This game is all about trying to make sure to rise up to the stars and make sure that you are the top business over everyone else. This game is quite something. It kind of tackles something that most people don't make video games about. But you know what? I definitely like a game that makes them skillfully make sure to keep their things in struggle. They have to thrive and prosper in a time where others might struggle and decline. It's a game where you have to battle against each other and see who can survive the crisis. It's a game that it will make your jaw drop in anticipation. Anyways, this is Crisis, guys. I recommend that you check it out. I always love a board game that's based on something that's so high intense and so quick paced. You know me, guys. I can't sit around being like just thinking, talking about the different types of stock trades in life. No, I want fast paced, intense, battling economic battles against each other. So this game, Crisis, will definitely put you on the edge of your seat. Anyways, though, next up with us, we got Nibras, and Nibras has with us some entertainment and podcast news.
How are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan and I'm used to entertainment news. Let's get to our top story. And the top story is about yes, with only a week until its debut, Marvel's She-Hulk, attorney at law, is poised to bring back the comic back to the MCU. Though She-Hulk will see Titanium Mercy's Jennifer Walters power to the Hulk levels, her story will see her deal more with the legal complication presented by the superpower shenanigans of her and her peers. Even as the series dives into the MCU's past, dredging up characters like Hulk, Abomination, and Daredevil, yes, I'm so excited. The show is also something of a departure from the norm, existing more as a legal comedy. Each episode of the show's first season will feature a more abbreviated half-hour runtime, with the first episode clocking at just 35 minutes. She-Hulk's release strategy is also different, with the show pushing its midnight Disney Plus drops from Wednesday to Thursdays to make room for Andor. As She-Hulk stakes out its own corner of the MCU, it will also need to breathe life into an all-new cast of characters. This means bringing in a whole new series of talented actors, something which this series seems to have in spades. As Jennifer Walters, aka the titular Jane Jantex, makes her way through the superhuman legal world, she will no doubt encounter a wide range of superhero villains and more. As such, the current cast for the show is quite large, featuring and returning Fan favorites and fresh faces alike, like Katrina Maslany, Mark Ruffalo, and Benedict Wong, and much more. The details She-Hulk will seemingly open the floodgates for heroes and villains to make their debut, even with other major names like Daredevil already in the mix. As the series makes its ninth episode run, fans will be on the lookout for more of these heroes and supervillains, with Jen likely having to encounter from her legal and physical battles. She-Hulk Attorney at Law will begin streaming on Disney Plus on Thursday, August 18th. Oh my god, yeah! I'm so excited for this series. I've been waiting so many months for this, and it's finally here, even less than a week, and I'm so excited. It's gonna be a great series. I'm excited because it's a really different series. It's about law, and I love that. They're doing something different, but also doing what the people want. Good characters and new characters. It's just awesome, and it's good for the characters who are making their debut. And it's a really good show. I'm so hoping for. Okay, now let's do our second story. Now, before I go to my second story, I have to get the factor today. And today's factor today is drum roll, please. So, did you guys know one of my best moments in life happened in high school? Yes, that's true. So, what happened was, throughout high school, I was an announcement person. I used to do announcement with a group of people, and just every morning, my high school started at 8:15. We used to start from 8:15 and ended like 8:20, 8:25, depending on how long was the announcement. Just doing making announcement. For example, soccer club has trials. For example, every kind of announcement I used to do it. I used to love that. Just reading scripts and just doing that, right? So what happened one day? It was around 8:25 or something like that. I was going, and the halls were so silent because it was past the bell. So and no, everyone was in classes. So I was going, and in the hall, a person approached me. So he said, "Were you the one who did the announcement just right now?" I said, "Yeah." Oh my god, he was like that, and then he said, "Can I have your signature?" And that was one of my best moments in life, and I'll never forget it. I signed his arm like this hard, and I'll never forget it. He was happy, and yeah, that's one of my best moments in life. I just loved it, right? I just loved it. And a lot of people do recognize me. Like in high school, a lot of people said, "Oh, you do the announcement," because my voice is maybe familiar or comment something like that. So yeah, I hope you like this fact. Comment down below because I loved it. Okay, now to my second story. My second story is about a podcast. Yes. So if you couldn't tell from the title, so the title is Astronaut Podcast about NASA. Okay, so if you couldn't tell from the title, the podcast about NASA Johnson Space Center, which is located in Houston. If you ever wondered what goes on above the clouds, this one is for you. Listen on conversations between scientists, engineers, and astronauts as they chat about all things human spaceflight, from Earth orbit to the Moon and Mars. Explore the world of human spaceflight with NASA each week on the official podcast of the Johnson Space Center in Houston. So honestly, I love this podcast. It's really entertaining, right? It's educational, entertaining. They talk about how all about the space station, what they do, everything. This is the official podcast for NASA. That's the Johnson Space Center, like just said. And just love this podcast. And yeah, and that's all from me. As always, it's Nibras Khan from Me Connect. I'll see you on next week. Thank you. Take care. Back to Aiden. Bye guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nibras. Do I actually did hear about She-Hulk in the trailer for her short series? She's actually going to be quite something because fans have been freaking out over Daredevil showing up in her trailer. And there's going to be a lot of cameos in She-Hulk. I cannot wait for it. It's going to be absolutely awesome. But for the final piece of our Youth Connect, we have to move on the cherry on top, in my honest opinion. We have to move to Jeffrey and his live music.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're right here. Some music right here on Youth Connect from myself, Jeffrey, your live musician. And I'm going to play an original song that was creating in myself called Through the Darkness. No matter how dark today is, tomorrow will capture the light. Not for an hour a day. Let it be another second till we come bright. To not for sorrow, swallow your anger. No matter who you are, or how dark your past is today, say no. Just remember, go. Tomorrow we'll capture the light in our plan. Hold on to my hand, move on together through the pain. Like giants of bright colored rain. All it takes a little flash, open dash of happiness. Glimpse of twilight, break the darkness. Find on me, and make things right. We need to work together, holding on so tight. To not then swallow your anger, no matter who you are or who die. Your past is today, say no. Just remember, now it's time to stop again. Hold on to my hand and then fall together through the pain. Like droplets of bright colored rain. No matter where you are, it's just you and me, everyone. To not for sorrow, don't swallow your anger, no matter who you are or how your past is today. Say no, just remember to let it go. Tomorrow we'll capture the light. It's time to stand up, but hold on to my hand and we fall together through the pain. Droplets of bright colored rain. It's just you and me and anyone else. Thank you, everyone. This is Jeffrey, your live musician. See you all next week. It's back to you, Aiden.
Absolutely amazing song from Jeffrey. I absolutely love hearing the music. This is why it's my favorite part of Youth Connect. It's always awesome to hear Jeffrey sing. And you know what? Through the Darkness is such a great song. It has such a powerful message in the lyrics. And when it's just working together with Jeffrey's amazing music, it just becomes an amazing song overall. Anyways, we have reached the end of Youth Connect. If you like Youth Connect, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to click the notification bell.
Other than that, guys, I hope that you really enjoyed watching this week's Youth Connect, and I hope that you have an amazing week. And we will see you all next time. Goodbye, guys.
See you.
Bye.
See
Bye.
you guys next
Bye.
week.
Bye.
Bye.